game starting. It's gonna be Bedouins.
Having a quick look at the civilizations. For PoJ, we have Tokiwa playing in green as Teutons, Chocobo playing in blue as Vikings, Dodonpa playing in grey as Koreans, and Escape as in purple as Mayans. I think Escape actually really likes playing as Mayans, so this is quite good for their team. On the other team, we have number 23 playing in orange as Vikings, Paladin playing in teal or light blue as Teutons, and we have Abu playing in red as Mayans, and finally we have Love Cheng Yinghua playing in yellow as Koreans.
Yep.
As for the map, well, I think it's really fair map. There's always food no matter where you go. I love the little ponds with the shorefish. Someone actually calculated the exact food gathering rate per second, and it's second only to, well, big fish, but they didn't calculate Vils taking big fish, which you get on El Dorado.
Yeah.
Second only really to Mongol hunt.
Yeah.
So if you're Mongols, it's worth not going for the shorefish and going straight for hunt. Other than that, there's just no reason why you wouldn't be going for it.
So for our new viewers, just a few basics here about the map. You get all these small fish ponds. As Selene just said, it is really efficient to gather food with villagers from these shorefish tiles. And ideally you would place the TC next to water and wood, so you can get both. And the most wood you can get on this map is on the outskirts. So it's not really smart to place your town center in the middle. Just try to go towards the sides of the map. And looking at the map, pretty much all the players are doing that. They are.
See the positions of all their TCs for the Chinese as well as the PoJ players, but more so for the Chinese players. They're so close together.
Yes, very compact.
Whenever I watch this map, usually I see it. It's really messy. Players are all over the place, really spread out. But wow, these guys, I don't know if it's just, it can't be by chance, obviously, but they've gotten there really nice and early as well.
I'm sure they use some voice chat, like TeamSpeak or something.
Yes, they do. You won't see any typing, or very rarely you'll see typing. Maybe when it gets a little noisy, but I know at least the SY guys do, and I believe PoJ does as well.
Yeah, for high-level team gameplay, it is pretty much a must, I think.
And Peter, yes, that's my prediction as well. 4-1, PoJ will take the deathmatch games. I got trash talked a little for saying that earlier in the SY QQ chat, but I'm gonna stick with that prediction. I think Yo sent me an angry face after I said that. But he doesn't really have any good DM partners, so I think that's the biggest problem for SY. Yo's doing relatively well in deathmatch. He's practiced for it. It was actually a task set for him by Paladin prior to WiC because they knew there would be deathmatch game.
Is there a pause for you as well?
Yes, there is. In terms of favoring who it favors, I actually think it's hard to say because PoJ are very comfortable on Land Nomad, and just from the way I've seen them play Bedouins so far, it's not quite the same as the way they play Land Nomad. Land Nomad, you'll see them play really aggressive sometimes, especially Dodonpa. I saw Dodonpa play very, very aggressively last time. Escape likes to boom. Everyone else on PoJ tends to play very aggressively, but Escape has boomed. For SY, they like to wall and boom. This won't happen on Bedouins, but you have to keep in mind how strong they also are on Arabia. Granted, they tend to wall as well on Arabia, but when it's this compact, it's really easy to defend. So hard to say which one favors them more, Bedouins or Land Nomad, even though quite similar playstyles.
Well, Bedouins is a very, very open map, so I'm expecting some early aggression here. comparing it to Land Nomad, I don't see stone walls coming up too early. The cliche is that, yeah, the side team might wall, but I don't think so.
Well, for players closer to the edge of the map, like Love Chang, it's more possible. Also, as Koreans, could be seeing Sling just because they find it a weaker civilization. Maybe Sling to either Teutons or Mayans on this map, with the map being so open. Elite Eagle Warriors are definitely a very good choice. Or the Viking player. I mean, there's also Vikings in the game.
We said
number
that
23, his position's
yeah.
not so great for slinging. He's really stuck in the middle of the map compared to, say, Yinghua.
True. As a Viking, yeah. We said in the beginning that Sai have really like compact position. They are close to each other, but that does not really help with the trade later on. So maybe they wall up their corner in the east, but then they would have to really get control over either the north or the south here, I think, to set up trade.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the south for SY and the north for PoJ if it does go that late.
Yeah.
I think, did Abu lose a villager there? I'm seeing one dead towards the south of his TC.
Yes, there is the body, yep. And you're right, Chocobo is already walling, so it looks like PoJ is not too interested about the south at the moment.
Yeah. It's also further away from them compared to the north. So you see Tokiwa already Xing, and it's a Viking player to the south, so you want the Viking player to wall up, and the aggression is going to be coming in from the north, the Teuton player in the north for PoJ as well, so he's going to be making knights, so they're more likely to gain control of that part of the map over time. What else? There was another question about why they didn't add a deathmatch specialist to SY. It's because the sponsor wanted to keep the team all Chinese. And Paladin was actually in talks with El Clan True, known as Kellen, CKF Star, whatever, for them to be the deathmatch specialist along with his DM partner, but ultimately it was vetoed by the sponsor, and that's why they don't have a deathmatch specialist.
Yeah, I think that's alright. If the clan setup is just to be all Chinese, I think that is fair enough. Why not? There are many national clans.
And the other thing is, WiC, they want to win, but that's not what the sponsor is focused on.
Yeah, the sponsor wants to build...
the sponsor, the nation's cup is much more important. It's a national pride, patriotic sort of thing, you know? That's why they also want to keep the team all Chinese.
Yep. It's a little like in football. You can win the National League with lots of stars from all over the world, or you can win the World Cup with players from your country. It's both is great.
So both the Korean players have Loom, and for PoJ, the Mayan player Escape has Loom. Kiwa doesn't have Loom. So everyone on SY, no one on SY rather has Loom other than Yinghua right now.
Okay, I was just checking the northern flank, because in the south I'm not expecting too much action. In the north it's Teutons against Teutons. We see a stable coming up from Tokiwa. Nothing yet from Paladin or Feng Xing. There it is, stable as well.
I'm kind of worried for Paladin, because if you look at the population difference for Paladin and Tokiwa right now, Tokiwa's 3 bills ahead, and they went up at practically the same time.
True, very good start for Tokiwa. And the pocket back up, Mayans and, well, Koreans, but actually Abu is very close as well, so Mayan can help out early on.
Wow.
And Dodonpa as a Korean is really safe here. He's between stone walls later on, I guess, from Chocobo, and Escape shielding him. So there will be, if the game goes on longer, there will be a very strong Korean player for the PoJ team.
Okay, so members just pointed out that Dodonpa is slinging, the Korean player.
Oh, not the Viking player, or are they doing a double sling again? Let's check Chocobo.
I'm gonna double check. It's just Dodonpa so far to Tokiwa.
Yeah, Chocobo is up. And going
Chocobo
archers.
is going archers, so flank. Probably that's why they went for the Korean sling. It looks like Love Cheng going double archery range. As far as I can tell, number 23 is going up to Castle Age, and will be going. Well, he's gone scouts. So is it going to be scouts into sling? It's kind of hard for him. He's walling the map now, though, so maybe that is the idea as well.
I just checked the fog of war from Chocobo. Obviously he doesn't see everything we can see, and he hasn't found number 23 at all. I think he's just playing it safe here, going for archers as a flank. That is what you do on open maps with Vikings. If he only knew number 23 was so far, then he could probably
I think Escape
stonewall.
has just exited out to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at Escape's point of view and his fog of war, and he's scouted out both number 23 as well as Paladin. I think he scouted Paladin a little earlier, so he knows where those two players are.
Villager down
just
for
wondering how much
Chocobo.
damage number 23 can do. Those scouts.
Oh, and the palisade did not go up. They're in the wood for Chocobo.
At least he's got loom,
Yes.
and he's got a spearman as well. And the scouts ran into the TC.
Oh yeah, that was unlucky.
Lost one immediately, and he didn't manage to kill that low health villager either.
Let's see what these villagers are gonna do. Wall up or continue with the shorefish.
Well, number 23 is going knights as Vikings. Castle going up for a boo for escape. He's just reached Castle Age. Yep, Castle for escape in front of his TC on the gold. So keyword double stable knights plus boom with the sling. This could be a bit of trouble for SY.
Okay. First few knights are out for the Teuton players. Teal and green, that's not gonna be easy to distinguish.
Number 23's walls are going to get denied now. He was trying to wall in towards a boo, but the double stable knights are coming in already. And like Abu's throwing up his second TC now. He has walled in most of his resources though, so with Palisade, so the knights from Tokiwa won't be able to do too much damage. They are +1/+1 attack, +1 attack, +1 defense, blood, but under a TC with fletching, under a castle rather with fletching, not good.
And more town centers coming up for Abu as well. I think, yeah, now after 19 minutes, the main player is very safe.
So I think maybe Paladin in the most trouble, because keep in mind there is a Teuton player on each side. Means they're more resistant, the knights are more resistant, or units in general are more resistant to conversion. Of course, it is a team bonus, so those knights from Tokiwa going to be harder for Paladin to convert. He does have the monastery, but I don't know how effective that's going to be. Meantime, the knights from number 23 heading across the map now. Not sure how much damage he's going to do. Crossbows from Chocobo just missing it. His vills as they come in to build a TC on the stone as well towards the south. For number 23.
Yep.
Oh,
He missed
did you see
that.
the quick roll from Paladin? On his llama camp, there was a house that he threw up just last minute
this
as
one.
the knights from Tokyo
Yep.
came in. Yeah, very nice. Just. Only just.
You know what I find surprising? Crossbows, and quite a few of them for Love Cheng, for Yinghua here, as a Korean pocket. That's
Yeah.
unusual. Maybe he
I thought
wanted
maybe
to be
a
safe.
sling would be more
Yeah.
likely, because with the +2 armor, obviously those crossbows are going to be useless. Not that he knew it was going to be so, of course, when he made them, but he's got okay positioning now on them in that forest, and Toki was fighting under TCs, he's fighting against knights as well as archers, and Paladin actually gets away with that monk, so he doesn't even lose it.
Yeah, looked bad for the side team for a second, but they played it well. Positioning with the archers, the monk got saved, so Tokiwa is forced to go back. Meanwhile, number 3 is booming up, building a house wall. Not
He's
much.
actually picking off villagers from Dodonpa, the slinger, right now with his knights. Like, Dodompa's walled some of them in, but he got in on some shorefish. There's plenty of shorefish towards the north, and actually the Mayan player, Escape, gonna come in and try and save him right now.
Yep. Following this knight there.
Yep. But now it could be trouble for SY, even with Abu there, because there's a lot of crossbows there from Chocobo, and Abu's not paying attention, losing 3 plumed archers already, and lose a 4th with those knights coming in at the same time. And if the knights go to Abu, he could actually take a lot of damage. He's got lumber camps that were walled in, but the vills have cut through.
And with this amount of crossbows and knights, yeah. Villagers are free picks, really.
But number 23 is still killing off Dodompa's villagers. Another 3, if you look at to the left of where he started the TC, on the shorefish, double mills, he's lost 3 more villagers on the way back to the TC.
Sorry, I'm still following the crossbows and the knights here. I want to see how much damage they do. Oh yeah, they're gonna pick up 1 villager there at least. Oh no, he'll allow that university to go up. Returning, yes, he'll get the villager. But now he can't move out anymore, or not so easy at least. Oh, houses on 200 HP.
I think the bigger problem is he's separated from Chocobo right now. Chocobo's got those spurs all alone there, out in the open, while he has to go all the way back. So if the SY were a little more aggressive, they might have been able to pick off a lot more of these crossbows from Chocobo there. But not the end of the world for them. Look at what number 23 is doing. He is going hyper aggressive. Fourth stable going up right now.
Yep, sending more knights there. Let's check the stable count for him. Yep, 4 stables with with Vikings. It can work if it really catches the enemy off guard. But now it is minute 25, 26 soon. It's not gonna be a surprise anymore.
Yeah, I guess the thing is, you're thinking, what can I do as Vikings in Imperial Age, since it's probably a weaker civilization, and you just want to do as much damage as possible. Rather than slinging, I mean, slinging would be the other option, but maybe it's a little too late for the sling, or they just don't feel like they want to sling. Number 23 is quite good with knights. Maybe he's thinking, do as much damage to, say, Dodonpa, who is still in Feudal Age. It's obviously slinging now, because he's in Feudal Age, he's only got the marker, they've scouted that all out. That's probably the mindset right now for them.
Yep,
just
looks
buy
like
some
it.
time. Weaken the sling.
Abu sending help here. Also crossbowman from Yinghua moving in. So yeah, it's time to go back for Tokiwa, I think. They did a lot damage. Let's just go back with the knights now. Oh, is he fighting there? Not a good fight for Tokiwa. And Sai is in the lead now.
Crossbows and plumes.
Yeah. And I think this fight just turned the score around. Sai is in the lead.
In the meantime, number 23 getting trapped between the TC and the plumed archers from Escape. Nice quick wall coming up from Dodonpa, but he's gonna get out through the Oasis anyway.
Yep.
What is Tokiwa up to? He's about to click to Imperial Age with the sling. Has just clicked. So we're going to see a lot more, but of course the Dodonpa taking so much harassment and still being in Feudal Age means the sling is quite a bit weaker than it should have been.
Yeah, probably true.
Is much closer to Imperial Age than Abu. I think that's just because Abu was forced to invest maybe a little more into plumed archers early on and less into eco because of all the pressure coming in from the slung player Tokiwa. And yep, number 23, more and more knights.
Ooh, Tokiwa losing a lot of vills at the gold there to Abu and Yinghua.
Yeah. Number 23 is just attacking Chocobo right now. He's been all over the economies of Dodonpa and Chocobo all game so far. Not much of a surprise. We'll lose a lot of knights down towards the south to the Plumed Archers of Escape. They're going down for nothing there. Oh my god, Tokiwa just as he's going to go imp. This is devastating.
Yes, Sai is really coming on to Tokiwa at the moment.
That was another, 5 dead villagers? And some of them were building stables as well. So they're denying the stables from Tokiwa. It's so important right now. Tokiwa's going to send knights back. Okay, so he had 12 to 14 knights just trying to raid Abu and Paladin for a bit. And he's going to have to send them home because of that now. And meanwhile, number 23 still fighting against both Chocobo and Escape. Not a good fight for him. He's actually needing a siege workshop right now.
I'm interested what Escape is doing right now, because Tokiwa wanted to play aggressive. The siege workshop suggests that. Escape following up with that. He is up now to Imperial. It's not super fast, so he's actually taking his time. Population 119. That suggests he's booming.
He's still 2.5 minutes up to Imperial Age faster than Abu. Abu's not yet clicked. I thought he had the food for a second and then he spent it on something. I'm not sure what he spent it on.
But Abu and Yingwa are doing a hell lot of damage right now. These crossbows and plumes killed a lot of villagers. Yeah,
and the positioning, well, okay, so we just see all of those buildings being deleted so that the knights from Tokiwa can get in, and Abu is just going to hightail it out of there. Yingwa rather going to get caught, though, with the crossbows.
Just in time. Can he hide between the water and the wood? Yes. And the plumes shooting.
Gonna come in from the back as well. Gonna try and hide between the houses? Nope, he's just gonna... And number 23, since he can't do any damage to Dodonpa and Chocobo, he's actually gonna send some of his knights over to the economy of Tokiwa, do even more damage. How many vills does Tokiwa have? Got 86, so still not too bad. And having Cavalier as well.
Cavalier plus 4 defense. Still, okay, now that Escape is here, it's turning around, but the first 30 seconds of that fight was not good for Tokiwa, I'd say.
Problem is, with Escape being there, that means number 23's got free reign basically in Chocobo's economy.
Yes, and he is pushing hard with knights and mangonels now. The wall is cracked, number 23 running in with, is that 7 knights there?
That's a lot of knights streaming across the map if you look at it.
Yes, it is. Orange dots everywhere.
Yeah. And Abu is on the way to Imperial Age, dropping more castles in the middle to secure map control, running away with all those plumed archers back to his castles as well. I think he picked off another couple of vills there from Tokiwa on his way back at the TC. And mass walls from Dodonpa. So yeah, it's going to be the south corner for SY and the north corner, it seems, for PoJ for their trade lines.
Hopefully, but Tokiwa got beaten hard. I wonder if they can really spread out and take map control now.
Number 23 has actually stopped knight production for just a moment so he can click up to Imperial Age now, doing damage while clicking up to Imperial Age. Versus the other Viking player, and also trying to do damage to the slinger.
Chocobo just lost all of his archers to the Vikings knights there. It's starting to look really bad for Chocobo here in blue.
Yep. Well, the good news for PoJ is Paladin is still very far behind. He's not even close to clicking up to Imperial Age yet. He's just lacking the food completely, and on number 23, okay, now he's like, what did he just send everything to? Did he just sling it all? I'm gonna check.
Who?
He just lost the resources for Imp, which is very suspicious. Okay, so he's just slung 3,390 resources.
Yeah,
he also slung Abu and Paladin. So.
Memphis saying they're slinging to Paladin, yeah.
Yeah, it was, Abu also got 1,800 resources slung, so... 2 players getting sling there from him. And he's still killing off villagers from Chocobo there. The knights, taking down TCs with rams as well. Oh my god, the Cavalier from Toki were forced to come back to help deal with this. That is bad.
Yeah, here they
Even
are.
though Boo lost... It's going to be the first castle he loses. He lost a siege workshop.
Right now, not much happening in the north. All the action is in the south. Let's see.
I'm kind of curious what Yunghua is going to do. He's got a lot of barracks now, so I assume Halbs. He is up to Imperial Age now as well, and stockpiling pikemen back at home.
Yeah. And we know that Vikings are not so great against cavalry. Even Viking cavalry, probably. And yeah, they're missing the Korean pocket here. I really wonder, to Donpa, how strong his sling is, because they either need a strong...
Pop, so I'm gonna say not very.
Yep. They either need a strong sling or Korean halberdiers. Either or.
Yeah. Well, he slung 10,177 resources so far, but number 23 has slung 8,000 now, just in the past 2 minutes.
Yeah. Paladin just took out a TC from Tokiwa, supported by Yinghua crossbows.
But Abu's lost so many castles in the middle. He's lost 2 already. He's been denied on another one towards the south as well.
Escape pushing through the middle, apparently.
Yep. But Paladin is now Imperial Age, and I think the sling from number 23 is just going to be so much stronger over time compared to, obviously, sling from Dodonpa, who's so low on pop.
Yeah.
Feudal Age, even. So that extra 10% on top of it all.
Yes. It really looks like number 23 has completely stopped pushing against Chocobo, and is he slinging now? Heavily.
He is. He's already slung 8,000, so...
Alright.
But Paladin's from Tokiwa already, and Paladin still, well, function or still doesn't have even Cavalier. Also fully upgraded Paladins. We do have halves from number 23 help out a little, but it's just Abu is the biggest worry with pretty much only one castle, okay, he's still got 3 castles back at home. But he lost 3 castles in quick succession, and there's one that's still not complete up in the middle as well.
Well, I think Abu is gonna transition anyway. Or do you think he will stick with plumes? Yeah, he still has 3 castles. Yeah, and he's still pumping plumes there. Usually we see a transition. Yeah, go ahead.
Yinghua go war wagons, or no, siege onagers rather. He's getting the unique tech. He's got 3 castles up as well, but he's getting the Korean +1 range.
Yep.
Kichon?
Against escapes plumes, I guess.
Yes. A quick look, he does not have siege engineers yet, so he's gone for the more expensive upgrade first, which is kind of interesting, given that they both do give the +1 range, I believe.
Yeah, they do. I was just thinking for a moment, if it's +2, but no, Koreans get a bonus anyway, so it's +1.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Abu and Paladin pushing back escape here. What they need now is siege to push even faster. And siege workshop
in the meantime,
coming
number
up.
23 is taking so much damage from 3 paladins from Tokiwa in his economy. He's been Xing it for a long time now. Under 130 pop.
Now we can see a few hops coming in, but yeah, the damage is done. See dead bodies almost everywhere.
Yeah, still triple the economy of Dodonpa if you factor in the extra 10%, of course.
Yeah. 130 against 50 right now.
Yeah, and now the upgraded paladins for function as well. Surprised they haven't tried to start trade. Well, I guess there's still quite a bit of gold for both teams. But nice raiding up the top by Paladin while he's still pushing in the middle, so he's taken Tokiwa off gold once again at that TC.
Yep. And GG has been called. Paladin just got the Cavalier upgrade in and a Paladin upgrade in a few minutes, like straight after another.
The sling? Yeah.
Yep.
I think the bigger problem for PoJ was they were 2v3, with a much stronger sling from number 23, with Chocobo having taken so much damage. He was so far behind. Still Castle Age. So 3 armies versus 2, plus stronger sling.
Yep.
By the end, number 23 had slung 14,400 resources and did Dompa only 10,000.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, don't want to blame anyone. It is a team strategy, right? Everyone follows their plan or the same plan, but I don't like the role that the Korean pocket played here. I think the Viking player was much more valuable as a slinger. Okay.
Yeah. I like what number 23 did more, actually. To go aggression, to have that economy, then go into the sling.
$14,000 against 10,000, as you said.
Yep.
145 population as well. That is very strong. And GG, let me update the scoreboard. So that's the 2-0 for Psy against PoJ. Let's go back to the game.